I got a question for you guys. Let's imagine that someone wanted to give you the seed money to start any like hospitality venture. So some, a restaurant, a club, something, a kind of hospitality business. What's your dream? What would you build?
Probably a winery. Does that count?
Sure, but
with the tasting room?
Illustrate it a little bit. What's it going to look like? What's the experience going to be?
Okay, this is something I don't think I've ever really thought about before. What would my winery be like? I think it would be pretty chill. I think it would be not. Oh crap! I've never thought about this. I've just thought about
on the fly. Just go for it.
No, I'm doing
paint it in your mind. Build it with us.
Mm-hmm.
Build it with you. Okay.
Does it? Is it a big place? Is it a little place?
Yeah. What's this? Let's start with the location. What we're pulling up? What are we seeing?
Well, I think so it's probably Texas wine country, just because. Why not? And then I think you're gonna see. Here's what I want. I want grandiose, but not old.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want like old stuff. Like I want it to be like, I want it to feel like it would basically be like, what if Michael built it, but with less standards? And so it would be something like that, where it's like, looks really nice, but it's also like a little rough around the edges, a little just kind of, maybe some wood exposed. Yeah. Like something like that, like unfinished ceiling. I like that kind of stuff. Maybe it looks a little industrial. Ooh. Yeah, maybe it's industrial a little bit. Yeah, a little bit industrial, like classy industrial.
Okay.
And what's the kind of experience? You walk in, what can you do? What can you buy?
Well, I mean, I think you get tastings, but they're like on tap, and you can go and get your own wine. Because I don't they never pour, like they always do those crappy little pours. Mm-hmm. Like I think you charge a little bit more to offset for that, so it's a little bit more high end, but you can do as much tasting as you want, and you go and make your own flights, that kind of thing, with maybe a little bit of guidance.
Is there food?
I would say yes, and I would actually do something that's more along the lines of like food truck kind of food, like the type of food you would get from a food truck, but not from food trucks, because it always annoys me when you go somewhere and they're like, "Oh, we've got food trucks," because it's not as convenient as you would think it is.
I'm not a fan of food trucks.
Yeah, but I like the food that comes out of food trucks.
I do too. I like food trucks in general, but
like burgers, like when you get like a burger from a food truck, that's probably going to be a pretty good burger. Mm-hmm. So that's what I would want. I would want like burgers. I would want like, that kind of stuff. Like maybe good sandwiches, like legit sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
Not too fancy on the food, but I want the wine to be good.
Yeah. We have places kind of around that have the self-serve wine. You like buy the tokens or the card and get to have whatever size pour you want. So something like that, but you're making it all on site. And then is there any specialty? Like what kind of wine do you specialize in?
Well, in Texas, I mean, you're really going to be doing like Tempraneos, Malbec. Like you're not going to be doing a lot of like Cabernet kind of stuff, because it just doesn't grow. It grows well in like the high plains of Texas, but I've never had a good Cabernet from Texas. Like I think Tempraneos, Malbec, spicier wines, more Italian style wines, because that does really well in Texas. So it'd be more like that. I like reds, and I like non-sweet whites.
What's the name of this place?
Bobby's Winery.
Oh gosh, Ariel.
That's terrible. Gosh, I don't know. I'll think on that, and I'll come back later in the episode, and it'll randomly pop. I'll just say it when it comes to my head.
Okay, great. All right, Ariel, same question to you.
I feel like it's some kind of bed and breakfast Airbnb type place. I want it to feel like a really good dinner party that like never stops. Like people are cooking together. There's like a big table. There's drinks. I feel like the kids are around. They're doing something somewhere else, but like just it's a dinner party that doesn't stop. You make breakfast. You've got lunch. Something casual on a patio. I feel like it's somewhere that's not St. Louis, not cold in the wintertime, like a more temperate climate. There's a nice patio. There's lights. The food changes constantly. you can go with like a group of friends. That's all I've got. I mean, I had more time than Bobby to think about this. I thought about it the whole time Bobby was talking. So
yeah, I was like, dang, that was such a polished answer compared to what I had.
No, I wasn't paying attention to anything you said. I was just thinking about my idea.
So it's just a normal work day. It's just a Monday through Friday, whatever.
Have you seen the movie Anniversary Party before with Alan Cummings and Jennifer Jason Leigh? It came out like, I want to say late 90s, early 2000s. That kind of thing, like the music and the food, and they all end up taking ecstasy at some point too. So
is that
that would be an optional. That's like an upcharge.
That's
like
an
if
add-on,
you, it's an add-on. It's an add-on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would kind of be the vibe.
I like that. I think I could get down with that.
Okay. What about you?
So for me, it's a wood paneled ceiling in a dome shape with uplighting, very ambient. You walk in, bars to the right, small cocktail tables, stage, live jazz, classic cocktails, delicious classic food, but elevated and punchy, and just a place where the vibe is smooth and chill, and you just want to like hide in a corner for a couple hours.
Are people dancing? Like if there's jazz playing, are people kind of like
maybe a little swaying here and there? Maybe you like sway on the way to the bathroom.
Okay.
Quite honestly, it's not novel. There's this place in Detroit called Cliff's Bells that I just think it's just one of the coolest little jazz clubs and environments. And basically everything I just described was a total knockoff of that. But there's something about that. Like I love a good bar. I love sitting at a bar, but there's just something about being able to just kind of like be entertained and listen to the music and not be in a rush that I feel like it's kind of hard to find those places. It's always feel like most bars are like, you get in, you have your drinks, you get out, you move along to something else. But I like that idea of like a Friday night, just like sitting there for 2.5 hours.
Does it have the same kind of vibe as that, or a similar vibe to where we go? Sunset Room, some that bar that we went to.
Oh, Sunroom,
like that, but elevated like that, but a little bit, because that had kind of like a, I don't know, kind of a.
That's got a great vibe. That's a bar in Orlando. Yeah, that's a fantastic bar. I don't know. No, I think the vibe is quite different. It's dark. It's wood paneled.
Moody.
It's moody, Art Deco.
Okay.
Style. And I think one of the real cool things about Cliff's Bells is the bar has tables that kind of jut out from the bar. So when you sit, you can sit across from the person you're with, kind of like perpendicular to the bar, or you can both turn around and look at the stage. So
I feel like this place, as I'm picturing this place, it's kind of smoky, not because like people are smoking in there, but like there's something kind of hazy, like you could hide away, like if you wanted to be on a secret date or like a secret meeting.
A secret date.
I don't know what a secret date is, but like this would be the place to do it.
Yeah. So it's really just kind of a copy of that, but I think it's also a place that's open Friday and Saturday night, live music the whole time.
There's a place in St. Louis that it's only open on Thursday evenings, and it's called Joe's Cafe, and they have good bands that are come through, small bands, and I think maybe fits 50 or 60 people, and it's just only open on Thursday evenings, and you can bring your own drinks and food in there, and the guy who owns it is friends or was friends with the guy who designed City Museum. And so the whole backyard is like a sculpture garden, and there's just all this weird stuff to look at. And it's what's neat about it too is if you really want to listen to music, it's more of a listening room. So like you're not supposed to like sing along or talk or anything. Like you're there to listen to the music, and you can be like this close to the stage. It's a very neat experience, and it's like $10 to get in, which is incredible. And then they give all the money to the band that plays too.
The problem is that it's in St. Louis, which is from what I understand, a garbage town. So.
I did order Emo's for dinner last night, just so you know. I had the garbage pizza, and it was delicious.
Nice.
Gross.
So I've got a questionable decision
Okay.
for us to discuss.
Windfall. That's the name the place. Windfall.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because I would build this place after like a windfall of money or something. Like, but I think it would be cool because I would I would tie my story into it, like how I would do all that. It would be based on that. Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Ariel. We didn't get a name for yours. The Profit House.
Yeah, late stage capitalism. What about you, Michael?
Oh man, see, I don't have any clue about that. Yeah, maybe I'll shout.
Yeah, just shout it out whenever it comes out. Yeah.
So Bobby and I try and be good leaders of this company. We try and build a team environment that is conducive to people doing their best work and loving coming to work. And Christmas is upon us, and we've ordered some gifts for the team. We bought Robert, who you remember from previous episodes, a Christmas gift. And Ariel saw the confirmation in the team inbox and told Robert that his gift was on the way.
Not even just that it was on the way. She told him what it was.
I don't even care about the format of questionable decision. I just want to talk about it.
There's so much to discuss here. That the way that she did it was so like it felt like when you typed that up and hit enter that you were like proud of yourself that you helped Robert out. You're like, yeah, all right.
It was celebratory.
Yeah, like, yeah, this is awesome. And then like Michael, so the way that I found out about this, I was like cooking some lunch and I looked at Slack and I hadn't looked at it in a while. So I had a bunch of notifications and I looked at Michael's channel first, like I always do. And it just had like from Ariel. And then it was like what you said, like just, I don't remember what the exact words were, but it was like, your Iron Neck order has shipped to Robert tagged. And I was just looked at it for a long time and I was like, what the hell is this? And so I go through and I'm trying to look through all the channels and I see it in the lounge in front of everybody. She just randomly rattled off what his present was and that it was shipping to him. And I was like, this makes sense for Ariel. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I
got out of the shower and I just see, we ordered this last night and I just see her announcing to Robert what it is. It's on its way. Congratulations. And I'm like, what is she thinking? So Ariel, what do you have to say?
Yeah, let me tell my side of the story because I do feel awful about it. I really like surprises, so I'm really sorry that I ruined the surprise. But so the email confirmation was sent to an email inbox that I monitor. Okay.
I'm sorry. How did you think this was a good idea? Sorry, keep going. Keep going.
It was sent to an email inbox that I monitor. And so I'm in there and I see the first email about the gift. And it says to Robert, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for your order. And I was like, that's weird that Robert used a work email address to order this thing. But maybe, this seems like something that I would accidentally do. So I just, chalked it up to that. And then this morning when I'm looking at the email box, the inbox, and I see that it's shipped, I'm like, Robert has ordered this thing for himself. And he's not getting notifications to his email. They have been sent to this one because he used the wrong email. Now, I will, thinking about it, Robert is an email marketer, so he probably is smarter with email than any of us. But I just thought I'm going to be really helpful and I'm going to let him know that his order has shipped.
Why did you think
that is my story?
Why would you think that he would use the hello@Millennial Money Man email address to order stuff for himself? He's like, it doesn't make any sense.
Maybe he was like logged in somehow to something. I don't know. I
would have felt better about this if you had been like, if you had messaged Michael and I and been like, hey guys, I just saw that Robert is ordering things using our inbox. Like, can you check on this? Like, I would rather you be suspicious of Robert than assume that he's
and that's
dumb.
Across the board, please.
Just be suspicious of everyone in the
That's
company.
what I'm hoping for in this company is that nobody trusts each other and everybody rats each other out for everything. But like, you assume that he's like not a smart person or that he messed up.
Because I'm not a smart person. Yes. Well, I did almost privately Slack him that his order had shipped. So
no, just do it in front of everybody.
I like that you did it in front of everybody. Actually, you know, to give you a little bit of I don't know, relief. Like he knew what he was going to get because I asked him what he wanted, and he told me exactly.
Now you guys are making me feel bad that like you guys came up, you had this 2-hour long conversation, you and Michael. What would Robert really like? Let's research. We'll stalk him on social media, see what he's into. And
yes. Well,
I think it's worth at this point. It's worth. We need to talk about what he's getting, which I think is an interesting gift to request.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I still don't know what it is. Actually, I looked at the website.
Robert, our email marketing manager, is getting 35 and 50-pound resistance bands from a company called Iron Neck, which makes me think he's going to strengthen his neck muscles with it, but maybe not.
It's a Joe Rogan.
He's getting resistance bands.
Joe Rogan talks about
for Christmas.
And this contraption that if I remember correctly, it goes around your head and you strap it to something and you use
like traction.
Yeah, like to your door frame or something. Imagine that thing snaps back and hits you in the face. 50 pounds of pressure.
I don't know why he needed 35 and 50 pounds though. Like this seems.
Oh, so he specifically told you the amount of weight that so he really knows what's happening.
Oh yeah.
But you still like, you told us what you wanted for Christmas. You don't know if we're getting like, there's still an element of surprise. Like, oh, I hope that they give me this thing that I asked for. Right. Because we could just send everybody Applebee's gift cards and call it good. And
never send me an Applebee's gift card.
I wouldn't be calling that good.
No.
Oh, I said we could. I didn't say we would, but we could, you know, but then like, yeah, I think it's
okay.
Worse that you called him a dummy without calling him a dummy.
I didn't call him a dummy. I'm just like thinking about myself and how I would make a stupid decision like that. Like I would accidentally use a work email to order something.
Well, I think
you better not be doing that.
I think what's unfortunate is to cover these damages, I've got to cancel your Christmas present order.
That's fine.
Before it ships.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I think so.
Sorry.
Yeah, just cancel.
Well, I haven't sent either of your things to you guys, so I'll just not do that either.
Ariel, based on
this podcast,
the last gift that you gave, I don't even want anything from you, to be honest with you. The last gift you gave me was so offensive, and so just made me so mad.
I loved it.
I did too.
Loved it.
I think about it sometimes. Like if I'm having a bad day, I'll think about that, and it just like brings a smile to my face.
I hate it.
All right, Bobby, tell him what it was.
I think the only
and how you got it.
I think the only way, since this is a video pod, let me go grab it really quick because I need some justice and I can explain it. Just give me 2 seconds.
Ariel, what are you getting Bobby for Christmas?
Can he hear this right now?
I don't think so. Hurry.
I knit Micah a hat.
Okay.
That's part of it.
Okay.
Is that a good present for him? Do you think he'll like that?
Here. Ariel, please don't send me anything. Okay. So what she gave me, and if you don't have the benefit of looking, it's a tiny garbage knitted sweater that she made. It's blue. I'd call it like a royal blue color.
It's the size of his palm.
It's a tiny little sweater, and it's
absolutely hilarious.
I mean, it's like you would put a Barbie doll on it, and I think
it's too small for a Barbie doll.
What makes me mad about it is that it's intricately made. Like she actually the sleeves stretch around the wrists, and there's like design to it, and like the torso part like actually stretches and moves, and then she put a tag inside of it. Let's see if I can get this for camera. And I got this, mind you, this in the mail, and I was like, what the hell is this? I didn't even know I don't think I even know who it was from. And it says hand knit. I don't know if I can get that to focus, but you get the gist. It says hand knit by Ariel. It's this like nice looking tag that she paid for, right? Like you bought, right? Okay.
I mean, I have a bunch of them. I didn't buy one just for this.
I didn't think you bought one just for this, but I was I judged you a little bit for just even owning those. And then then inside the box, you dig a little bit, and there's a note, and it says, Bobby, happy birthday. I knit this sweater for you, Ariel. And then it says over in parentheses. So then you turn it over and it has care instructions. And it says 100% Merino wool, machine wash and dry with, merino wool, machine wash and dry with similar colors. So
just wash that with your other small blue sweaters.
Yeah, I'll wash this with my other tiny blue sweaters. I mean, it's not even finger puppet size. You know, it's like, it makes me mad that this is
absolutely loved when Ariel sent me the picture of it.
I saw that and I was like, Ariel would do something like this. I can't just get,
Well, I
after
think
everything I've done for Ariel, I get this. This is what I get.
I think it's important to note that for as long as I have been working for you, Bobby, you've been like harassing me to knit something
this is gonna be very
for
sensitive.
you or your dog, like dog sweater.
Because you told me, here's what happened with that. You told me that you would knit a sweater for my dog. Now, in the time that you told me you would knit that sweater,
your dog passed
my
away.
dog passed away. And I also watched you. Yeah, I also watched you knit a sweater for another person's dog.
For my dog.
I don't. Was it your dog? I thought you did one for Michelle's dog too.
I would never. No.
I'm pretty sure you did something like that. So
I saw for her children, for her child.
Yeah. So you did that. My dog dies, never gets the benefit of a sweater, and then you send me this as like a reminder of, hey, your dog died, and I didn't do the thing that I said I was going to do. So I think that is, it was offensive. It was offensive on so many levels, and yeah. Next time,
remember that I knit your son organic cashmere merino socks when he was born?
Yeah, Bobby, do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. He threw up on them and he wore them one time. And I appreciated that you gave that to me, but it's like, you told me you'd do it for the dog and you didn't do it for the dog and he died. So, that's something you have to live with for the rest of your life.
I'm going to have to live with it. And, if I have not apologized yet, Bobby, I'm sorry.
I don't want to be here for this.
I do not accept that apology. Actually, to be honest with you, though, like joking aside, I probably am going to put it somewhere on this wall or something. I'll put it somewhere. I think it was one of the funnier gifts that I've ever gotten, even though it's not a gift. I don't even categorize this as an actual gift. It's a joke.
I don't think it's a
prank.
gift. It's a joke.
Yeah. But
all right. So let's determine. Ariel blasted the surprise to Robert in the Slack channel. Questionable decision.
This is the thing that I want the audience, like, I almost want some audience interaction on this. Like, should we have a scale, like a 0 to 10 scale of how questionable the decision is? Because it clearly is a terrible decision on her part. Not even a question. It's just awful. So like, should we have some kind of system, green, yellow, red, 1 to 10? I'd like to know about that. You can use our text line that I don't know if anybody's actually texted it on yet. But yes, very questionable, highly questionable.
I will even admit it's a questionable decision. So
more than questionable, surprising.
It was surprising.
Borderline shocking.
It was shocking.
I mean, it shocked me when I realized what actually happened and what it was.
Next time, if you could just ask us, like, if you see something, either tell us that somebody's scamming us or tell us that, like,
okay, if you see something, like, say something.
Yeah.
I do have a question. Can I ask something though about gifts in general, since we're like close to the holidays? Do you guys like to receive a list of what people want for Christmas, or do you like the surprise? Like, what
you're
is?
You're gonna get a rant.
You're about to get something.
From me.
I don't have a rant, so you go ahead, Michael.
My wife's family does Secret Santa every year, and there's like probably 10 adults or something, and so we draw our Secret Santa at Thanksgiving. And for the first few years of me being in the family, everyone just texted each other stuff they wanted. So everyone texts what they want. And at that point, you're basically just all handing each other $100 to pass back and forth. I refused always to send anything. I forced them to have to pick something out for me. Here's another thing that annoys me. Well, you do Secret Santa and you set a price limit. Everybody always overspends. And you feel like you then have to overspend. Why can't we just set a good limit? Like, instead of $50, why don't we just set it at $150 and just all abide by it? So that's the rest of my frustration about kind of Secret Santa. But no, I do not like lists at all. Lists are for children. If you're going to give a gift to someone, think about them, think about what they'd like, and give them something they couldn't buy for themselves. Otherwise, just buy it for yourself.
I have never felt more like connected to you right now, Michael. This is exactly how I feel about this too. Like, when my mom will ask me, what do you want for Christmas? And I just tell her, I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm your child. You should know what I want for Christmas. Like, or your friend asks you or something, like, just, I want you to think about me. I want you to spend 30 minutes thinking about what I would like.
Dang, you're laying on like
That was
slathering on the guilt.
That was harsh. I'm kind of in the middle on this because I feel if somebody asks me for a list, like my mom will ask me for a list every year, but I know it gives her anxiety to like have to try to figure out what I want, and it's just better. It's easier for her if I just spend 5 minutes and just
not my problem.
give her the list. But I feel bad, so I'm like, well, you know what? I can take some time and do this. I'm not saying that's the way it should be done, but that's the way I do it. So like, I'll give her a list. Usually, what I do with Coral, my wife, she is very particular about things that she wants. So I want to make sure she gets what she wants. Her and her mom usually just like tell each other what they want, and then they know that it comes in. Like if Ariel did exactly what she did with Robert, like they do that with each other too, and then they'll just wrap it and wait to give it to them, which makes very little sense to me, but that's what they like doing. So my wife will tell me what she wants, and I'll usually get that, and then also surprise with something else.
Yeah,
which I think is the way to go for me anyway.
I understand and respect what you do for your mom, because I think there are some people who like just have a lot of anxiety around gift giving, and I think if they really need a list, at least it gives them some guidance. Like, this is the kind of stuff that I am interested in. So that's fine.
I give options. I give a big list now, and I say just pick whatever, because I do like the surprise part of gift giving. Like that's my favorite part.
My gift was specific to Secret Santa. You know, where you're kind of buying like one gift to people who aren't like your spouse or someone, you know, that close to you, your parents. But I think a more effective way is just to try and drop some hints or make it known, but not to ask for it. I feel like asking for it, again, is just like so on the nose. And then what if I do want it? What if I have an idea? I think gift giving is a time for experimentation. I think you will like this. I think that this would be something that, you know, you'd like. So, you know, without that, I just feel like you're all just swapping around money.
I have a friend who their family, they do Christmas list, but the idea is that you put anything you want on the Christmas list. If you were like, I want a brand new Tesla, you'd put it on the Christmas list. Even if like, you know that there's no chance that anybody will buy this for you. And there's something about that I love, like just the most outrageous list of things that you could possibly want. Like, and then maybe somebody secretly has $1 million sitting around that they're going to spend on presents this year. Like, who knows? I mean, I don't know. There's
so what
something.
If you make that list and like everything's above the $1,000 mark, like you don't have any realistic gifts in there. What are they?
I mean, they will still learn something about the things that you want from that list, right?
So they'd get you like a die cast test.
Yeah, they get you like a little one, you know? Okay. Yeah. I don't know. But like, there's something that's fun about that kind of like brings the like whimsy and magic back into like when you were a kid and you'd make a list and give it to your parents or something.
Smoke and Magic. That'd be the name of my bar.
Boom.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, Smoke and Magic. Hazy, smoke, secret dates, Smoke and Magic.
Secret dates.
All right, guys, thanks so much for listening to another episode. We'll be back next week. We want you to text us with any thoughts you have on this episode, or if you have a decision you want us to talk about, feel free to shoot us a text at 321-222-0203. We also welcome you to join our email list where you can get updates from Millennial Money Man. You can find the link to that in the show notes. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next week.